What do you disagree with Blaire White on? Oh boy, so this is going to be a controversial question. This is something that a lot of people talk about because they heard me on Vosh's stream saying that I really don't like Blaire White. And look, that's okay. You know, we don't have to like everyone. I will admit that I was a little aggressive and a little more harsh than I should have been probably on Vosh's podcast. To give you some context for the reasons I do not like Blaire White. And please note that I'm saying this as someone who has actually hung out with Blaire before. Okay, so this isn't just a blind attack. I actually used to be kind of cool with Blaire, but as of late, I really don't like her anymore. And these are a few reasons why. One, she has falsely accused multiple people of being pedophiles. There was someone on her Twitter who she called a pedophile, and that person was not a pedophile, but they received so much harassment and negative attention from it, they actually needed to change all of their social media accounts because Blaire falsely accused someone of being a pedophile. And she's done this before also. One time there was someone who I guess was like shit-talking her on Twitter or something. So she put this person on her thumbnail suggesting they were a pedophile. So she's falsely accused people of being pedophiles on multiple occasions. And look, it's okay to make mistakes. I get that. Like, I've totally made a lot of big mistakes in my career. I've done things. I've said things that are wrong. So I'm not, going to go all out just because of that one thing. But falsely accusing people of pedophiles and then refusing, here's the issue. Rather than, like, being transparent about it, like, I do my best to come up here on my channel and say, hey guys, here's some of my positions that have evolved. Here's some of my positions that are different. For example, big tech censorship, transgender people being valid. These are things that I truly believe. And I used to not believe that. I used to think big tech censorship was like this really big issue that was affecting me and everything. But I've come to sort of change my opinions on this. I'm trying my best to be like transparent and open about that. Whereas Blaire, with this falsely accusing people of pedophiles thing, she's never apologized. She's never addressed it. And everyone that brings it up, apparently, allegedly, gets blocked from her Twitter account. So that's one of my issues with her. The other issue I have with her is, do you guys remember her video on transgender children? It was called Transgender Kids. It was said, children, oh right, it said children transitioning is child abuse. Does anyone remember this? Does anyone remember this video? I'm just wondering. I just want to make sure you guys are familiar with it. I'm sure you guys remember it. So here's the thing with what happened with the transgender kids thing. She, again, spread false information. She heavily suggested that this child was transgender because the mom's Twitter bio said that she was a transgender activist. So Blaire was like, oh, the kid's transgender and the mom's a trans activist. Coincidence kind of thing, right? Like suggesting that the mom was essentially forcing her child to be transgender, when that's also not true. You could have looked up the speeches, which Blaire is notorious for not doing a lot of research before her videos. You can look up speeches where the mother says, I was unfamiliar with the concept of transgenderism and only decided to become a transgender activist after my child began exhibiting signs of being transgender. So that's what actually happened, right? And again, Blaire White never published some kind of an apology. And I don't want her to apologize, just clarify that she made a mistake. But she never did. And this mother now received a shit ton of harassment and condemnation as being a child abuser and as being someone who is forcing their child to be transgender, all because Blaire spread false, not like questionable, not like sort of fake, maybe like, I don't know. No, she spread objectively false information. And as someone who I really try my hardest to care and value truth, I care about truth over anything else. That's why I try my best to be honest with you guys when my opinions change on some things, because I want to be fucking truthful. But I cannot support someone who has blatantly and repeatedly spread false information. And I see people in the comments like, oh, well, what if she didn't know about it? That's fine. If she didn't know, then you should let people know that you made a mistake. I've made mistakes in some of my videos, of course, never to that extent, but I've made mistakes in my videos. I've gotten things wrong, and I try my best to put like a pinned comment like, hey guys, I made a little mistake on this. Hope you can still enjoy the video. But for her to suggest that a mother is abusing her child and forcing them to be transgender when that is categorically and provably false, that's a problem with me. That's called spreading fake news. And I'm against fake news. So, I'm sorry. That's why. That's why I don't like Blaire. She does a lot of other, she's gotten a lot of other things wrong too. Even her last one of her more recent videos on, the trans people, the trans guy getting let out of prison, she said something that was categorically false. She said that she was like, oh, well, just if you like, what did she say? I'm trying to remember it. Hold on. She was like, you don't let someone out of prison based on their chances of reoffending. Yeah, like literally, yes, you do. I did fucking research. You can literally Google this in like 3 seconds. So my problem is just that a lot of the time I feel like Blaire does not do the proper research. She's very, very agenda driven. She is not looking to actually have like a good discussion. And I just don't like that she's accused multiple people of really bad things, resulting in them receiving a ton of negative attention for it, and then she refuses to address it. That's a problem with me. I care about truth. I care about fucking... I care about truth, and I care about facts, and I don't think Blaire does. So, long-winded answer, but that's what this Q&A is for. I want to clarify some things. I want to be able to talk to you guys.